What it is, everyone. Thanks for joining me on the Legends of Tarot for June 9th and 10th, 2019. It's a Sunday Monday combo show on the pre-record, if you can get with it. For new viewers, welcome. We're a pretty benevolent group of people producing content. Please feel free to hit like and subscribe if you want to like and subscribe. If you like what's going down here. So June 9th and 10th, we've been talking about it. The shadow work, we were getting done. Getting through it because June 10th, Jupiter comes into opposition. And just for being like a little Jupiter opposition is actually a big Jupiter deal. Okay, it's a big Jupiter deal. And we'll see why more so when we take a look at this June 10th. But let's get started on June 9th. Thanks, and even for subscribers that are coming back, thanks for being here and joining us. So yeah, some things come in through the text line and the mail line, so we're going to try and incorporate those into the show today. The Elemental Sunday programming has been canceled, but that's okay. That's okay. So this is a Sunday, okay, the 9th, and this is also known as the Whit Sunday. And I'm gonna read to you what is going on with the Whit Sunday for you. I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Whit Sunday, or Pentecost, is the 7th day after the events of Golgotha. It commemorates the descent of the Holy Spirit in tongues of flame upon the apostles, because the apostles and the disciples are said to have begun baptizing thousands and thousands of people soon afterwards. Whit Sunday became a traditional time for baptisms, and whit, the corruption of white, refers to the white baptismal garments that they wear on this day. It's also a time of pagan spring festivals all through Europe. Rites such as Morris dancing, where these guys, like, they dress up in green feathers and funny little costumes and go out and march through the village. Why? God only knows. Because it's Whit Sunday. You know, everybody talking about the seventh son. In the whole wide world, there is only one, and that's the one. So, special shout out to Ascended Master on today, June 9th. Also, we're going to hop in the DeLorean for a hot minute here and go in and see why. And see why. We'll go back a little. Because the first birthday I have to mention is this day in 1934, Donald Duck was born, okay? He spit all over the place while he's just trying to tell you something. But it's for one for Donald. And then, yeah, the DeLorean stops off in 1961. We said hello to Michael J. Fox. And then 2 years later, we said goodbye to Jack Sparrow, or hello to Jack Sparrow, because Johnny Depp was born on this June 9th, back in, what day was that? 1963. Okay, which is really cool. And for Dusty Blue, for writing in, and the common thread we have, June 9th, 1973, Secretariat wins the Triple Crown. So ain't that just a tickle in the pants, because that was not to be repeated until American Pharaoh back in, and that was just a few years ago when all that went down, okay? So, again, let's take it all into perspective. What does it all mean, right? Is it all really important, or is it all just fluff? Hey, we can look at it from the life you live. It is a time, a harmonious chill, couple days to establish yourself, get in there. For some of you, it might be a little bit, even a bit daydreamy, but that's okay, because it's actually like a full rooting download. This, like, you won't be able to help through the next couple days. And actually, for one of these days being a Monday, it's nice. Thank you for June 9th, June 10th, and this opposition going around. Every breath you take, okay, it's whether you're aware of it or not, it's going to do some grounding work. We're coming up on a week where they call them the Ember Days arrive once again, the strong solar winds, Pentecost being all about the fire and the flames and all that good stuff, okay? So, for what it is, and we're going to cover tomorrow as well today, because wherever you're waking up or wherever you're going to bed, we're just going to extend it out for our viewers. We're global people. We're non-linear global. And feel free, if you hit the notifications, come and hang with us on our live streams. We have quite a time over there. All right, let me just a quick second to pull this up so I know what I'm getting into. Oh, yeah, okay, and for Crafty Tarot, who wrote in about we said, what did we say? The White Witch approaches. Be swift. Remember that from Lord of the Rings? Don't worry about it. June 10th, 1692. So how many years? That was like over 400 years ago. Bridget Bishop, okay? She was the first person that was actually hung out to dry, the Salem witch trials. So we have to be very careful when we use the big W word, right? That is some interesting stuff, okay? And then as well, something to get you fired up about, right? 1752. So like what, 150 years later, 140 years later, we have Benjamin Franklin with the key and the kite experiment proving, hey, all that crash, bang, boom, all of that untouchable, tangible wowness, it was actually electricity. And thanks to those discoveries, we have the comforts that we've never had for a very many thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So it's good. It was good, thanks to Benjamin Franklin for coming through and doing that. Okay, so and why not? Why not have a little bit of electricity, a spark in your life, a spark in your day as well? Okay, so yeah. Just looking out, that's what we have for the legend and the folklore. So let's get into it with some tarot, right? Heal the sick, raise the dead, and make the little girls go out of their head. That's the one, baby, baby, you're the one. That's the one, baby, baby, you're the one. It's the one, it's the one they call Seven Son. Ba-na-na-na-na. Okay, just some cards now for our group readings, group fun time, so to speak, for what we do, Stick around. These cards are for July 9th, July 10th. What messages do you have for collective for July 9th, July 10th? We'll just get into some tarot here. I want to wish everybody the best in all things at this time, for everything, infinite blessings, be most excellent to one another. We're still working on the frame shift drives, okay? What do they call that? Little Galaxy Rangers going on. We can make it happen. Galactic is the Galactic Rangers. Okay, we'll get the cards cut up, and I hope you're all doing well out there. Take care of your needs, people. Have the day for you. The blessings of these days are for you. Okay, so let's just see what we get up here for the cards for the next couple days here. We've got the Star card crossed by the Strength card. Interesting. So. Day for fire and air signs, especially this Sunday day going on here. And there's more of these little feathery, the solar winds are going to be pushing through here, and it's a time to get creative through grounding exercises. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's like you really want to kind of pull down the energy, almost like on a full press. You just pull it down, and then it's like you hold it there and you establish it, and it can be very good. The permanence is like that double intention set, where it's like maybe there's a job that you don't want to do, and you're just like, instead of saying, I don't want to do that job, you say, I'm going to go do that job. And then maybe a few hours later, you're like, oh yeah, that job. And then on that second attempt, that second intention, that's the one where you actually get up, you rise up, or you free up the time and you go and you do it, especially depending on how important to you. And it's a strength. It's a strength of intention setting. That's what this is all about with the Star and the Strength card here, right? Interplaying. Leo, Aquarius as well. You guys could be having a time. Karmic relationships, new relationships. Moreover, just starting to wear through, to wear thin, especially for these signs, okay? Letting go of the notion that, that which is sought after is that which actually needs to be grounded, okay? You may be find yourself on a lot of self-work, okay? Getting from a place of, I've learned from the past so I can go forward now and be victorious in future endeavors, okay? This is what it's all about, setting yourself up for success, especially if your environment is not setting you up for success. The call is on to us to be like, we have got to establish some disciplined, groundbreaking rules, especially as we come into Cancer, because the daydreamiest that you might be feeling now, come the transit, the sun transit into Cancer and the new moon in Cancer, it's going to be really like, whoo, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I could play with, right? So you're going to want to have a lot of fun. So let's make sure we're caught up on the doodads and the humdrum and the dilly-dally and, all the ticky-tacky mundane things that we've got to do. Because that's what's up for our future here. We've got this card, and this card can stretch well into the month. But this is just for our next couple days, for our week. So it's like, keep your resourcefulness at hand. Keep your playful side at hand. Gemini really wants, again, to reiterate this conditioned to play. Amuse yourself and find amusement in things periodically through the day, as often as you can, almost, because it's like when you see that amusement, you kind of ground it in through, like, whether it's an inner laughter or an outer laughter. That's the grounding and the creativity I was talking about. The Ace of Wands is here. Some of you, especially Aries and Leo, you might be feeling a little bit like divinely inspired, extra inspired. See those little feathery tongues, fiery tongues of fire that are coming down to create inspiration. That's what we talked about, like in the Whit Sunday and the legend of the day, right? So many of the tarot messages will bubble over back and forth, okay? No matter what your craft, what your area of expertise or your area of exploration is, it's saying you will get traction with it, because your attention, you will gently focus on it as you move through, as you come through these things. And it's, evening hours, daytime hours, and it's going to be nice. A softer Monday than most. And but what I mean by soft is it's not feeling so rigid. It's not feeling so crowded. It's not feeling overly competitive. It's a little bit easier to handle, okay? Especially on the 10th. But some big cards up from the major arcana here as well, saying, hey, let's make sure that what we're doing here is continuing on this path of no more karma. Karma that's been voided, the shadow work we did through this season, Jupiter retrograde demolition company, we're bringing it up for this opposition. We're ready for this fiery energy to come back in again with the sun, the flares, the solar winds, so to speak. The high priestess would say, hey, as well, make sure that we're not in a situation where someone is lying by omission as well. A strong message for someone there, I feel like, to heal it, to reveal it, to heal it through conversation, or potentially for some of you, it would be difficult conversations or things that actually needed to be lumped over, smoothed over on these days, okay? The healing energies and the hermetic staff in this reading have all been about the major arcana, all right? We've got the High Empress, the Sun, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Sun, and the Wheel, right? The Empress is here at the driving seat saying, yes, spirit may manifest into reality, all this sort of stuff. There may be, for some of you, reevaluating what you've sort of set in your infinite potential storage box. It's kind of like how the frame shift drives work. You bring it in, you ground it, you nurture the idea, the concept of it, meditate upon it, or just envision it, over and over. For some of you, you may find that this is changing, this Jupiter opposition now, and coming back around again. Remember that? Rage again. It's coming back around again. This is for the people of the sun. It's coming back around again, right? You may be finding that this is about renewing what's in that manifestation box or egg of nurture at this opposition time as well. Okay, so group cards for the group. I guess that's why we call them group cards. It's always a pleasure to be here with you guys. If you want to contact me directly, down below is the email link to a Gmail where I can interact with you on a less of a public forum. But if you love the public forum, please look for us through notifications or just subscriptions in live tarot, and we get people mini readings, we jam out, we have fun more so, because it is all about let's take it easy, relax, and it's not always so serious. And I want to appreciate you. Namaste to everybody. Infinite blessings. We'll see you